Good evening guys, Amy here from ALM Fitness, and today is the ALM Advent Day 16 and I'm going to talk to you about impulsive eating. So it's that time of year when there's lots of sweet treats around, mince pies, cakes, biscuits, all sorts of highly calorific food and treats around, and it's really easy to consume them, and it's very difficult to say no. It's very difficult to say, oh, actually I won't have one, because the peer pressure's there, because you feel obliged to have them depending on where you are. If you're at friends, family, wherever, you feel that you need to be polite, as us British do, and we have whatever is offered to us. Now, that's fine and it's all well and good being polite, but is that going to help with your health and fitness goals? Is it going to help with your fat loss goals? And most of the time it probably isn't. Yes, it might help you for a few minutes with your mental health. It might make you feel better. You might feel that you're indulging slightly, and you might just need it on an emotional point of view. But actually, when it does come to your calorie content for the day, is it going to take you up and above your maintenance level? And is that then going to be a detriment to your fat loss goals? So when it comes to impulsive eating, what typically happens is that food gets put in front of you and you just grab it, eat it, and don't really think about it. You get offered it. It might just be there in the office, at work, wherever it might be. I got given a Terry's chocolate orange yesterday, and I've had to use all of my willpower to not eat it all in one go. And it's very easy. Tins of chocolates are opened and all sorts, that once they've been opened, it's easy to just keep going. I'll have another one, I'll have another one, I'll have another one, just like a pack of biscuits or whatever. So what happens is you just eat it without kind of consciously being mindful of what you are actually eating. So if you were to recall your day of the food that you've eaten throughout the day, those types of foods, those little snacks, they're not really, your mind isn't really aware of them and doesn't really kind of register that you've eaten them. It's like, oh yeah, I had 8 chocolate celebrations, completely forgot all about those, and you forget about it, and that's just calories that you've consumed that you haven't consciously eaten and been aware of. And that's, this time of year, it's quite easy to get into that trap. It's quite easy to consume all of these extra calories without even being aware of it, without even thinking about it, and then you wonder why you've gained half a stone or a stone over the Christmas period. So what I ask for you to do the next time that you get given a box of chocolates and handed to you in front of you, an open box of chocolates or biscuits or mince pies or whatever it might be, before you just take one without thinking about it, and before you eat it without thinking about it, just ask yourself, how will I feel if I eat this chocolate, mince pie, whatever it might be? How will it make me feel? And how will I feel afterwards? So just before you eat it, say, how will I feel when I eat it? Is it going to make you feel great? Are you going to enjoy every moment of it because you know that you can eat it? It's going to be within your calories for the day and you want it, you're going to enjoy it, and it's all just part of your balanced diet. And if that's the case, fine. If you're going to eat it, it's going to be of a detriment to your fat loss goals. And then after you've eaten it, you're then going to feel guilty. You're then going to go into this spiral of, oh, I've just ruined all of my goals, all my progress towards my goals. And I really shouldn't have eaten that. Like, I feel terrible now and I should never have done it. I'm going to starve myself for the next 7 days because I've eaten that. If you're going to go into that mindset and quite a negative mindset, then maybe you need to think about your relationship with food, but also if it's going to make you feel that way, maybe you need to definitely think about eating the food first before you actually just eat it mindlessly. And it's quite easy to do that, to feel guilty, and we should never ever feel guilty about the foods that we eat. Food is food, and you should never feel guilty about it. Just as long as you can account for it within your diet, don't ever feel guilty for it, because you should not have that relationship with food. If you do, then maybe you need to reassess your relationship with food and think about that. So So yeah, go and seek a professional with that. I'm not saying that if you've just got a minor guilt, then yeah, that's fine. But if you go to the point where you do feel really quite guilty, beat yourself up about it, and then go into kind of like a starvation mode, then yeah, maybe you need to go and seek professional help for that. But yeah, if you have got that relationship with food that you don't feel that you can have that balanced diet, that you can't include it in your diet, just stop and think just for a second about the foods that you are consuming and why you want it, why you're going to have it, and how's it going to make you feel. So rather than just eat and eat without even thinking about it, just take a split second, like 5 seconds, to ask yourself those 2 questions. Do you want it? And how will you feel afterwards? And yeah, depending on your answers will depend on whether you eat the food or not. Okay, so yeah, easy time of year, this time of year, to eat lots and lots of foods, that kind of high calorie foods, that's, you know, easy grab foods that are going to be of a detriment to your fat loss goals. But yeah, it's just a little tip to think about when you are offered those foods. So yeah, have a think about that. Hopefully that's helped. And yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to send me a private message. I'd love to have a chat with you and yeah, obviously help you with your goals. All right, speak to you soon.